How's it, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the YWP editing tutorials. Today I will be editing this astrophoto for you guys. So let's get started. So first off, we're going to begin with our lens corrections. So let's enable our profile corrections to take out our distortion and remove our chromatic aberration. Next up, let's get our exposure right. So pump the highlights, shadow a little bit, and the whites make the world of difference. There you go. Actually a bit much. And then even the blacks slightly. Now let's head to our clarity. You don't want to overdo this because look what it does to our sky. It darkens at contrast where we don't want it. So let's keep that quite minimal. And a tiny bit of dehaze, because that does the same thing. Even though that looks pretty cool, just unrealistic. So yeah, keep that low too. Next up, let's head to our tone curve. We're going to be doing a basic S curve, so bringing our darks darker and our lights lighter. That adds some contrast to our image. So let's bring that to about there. Also about -9, you can see in the bottom right of my little diagram here, it says my value. So for example, -9 on the darks. But let me head to the lights. Put these up. These two. Just minimal, not much. Okay, next up our white balance. So I'm gonna make mine quite blue. Looks terrible right now, but you gotta trust the process. Bring the greens over here. There you go. We can also do a tiny bit of color grading over here. Let's make the blue a bit more blue, darker. Same with, what was that? The middle. Yeah. Okay, next up, let's bump our luminance for details on the rock. So, like that, we can see most of the details. Unfortunately, there's a shadow over much of the rock. Next up, let's start changing the color a bit. I'm not a fan of that dark blue. I'm gonna actually make mine a bit more teal. I quite like that. And this, I actually want it to be a bit more orange because this was taken in the Karoo with lots of orange rocks. And that pretty much represents what I saw when I took this photo. You can also do that. Tiny bit to our purple as well, because we do have purple in there. And next up we have our sharpening. So let's bring that up to about 85 and let's mask it out. So if you hold Alt on your keyboard and you press your masking, you can see exactly what it is that you're sharpening. So the white on the screen represents what parts of your image you're sharpening. So I'm gonna sharpen all the big stars and the details I have on my rocks. So I'll let go, and here we go, it's sharpened what I wanted it to. And now let's do a bit of noise reduction, not too much, otherwise I'll reduce the details of the stars. Here you go, contrast. Yeah, that pretty much sums up what I was looking for. I might actually just increase that a bit, that looks a bit better. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next one.